Welcome back to the Dairy Aisle, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Eli, your host. And as always, my beautiful co-host. I think what we've now basically agreed on is probably the most handsome man in the business. Ladies and gentlemen. This is where you say your name, sweetheart.
You know, I always think you're going to introduce me because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're like my co-host, James, and then I'll start talking.
Yeah, but I also want to give you a chance to fuck up your first name.
God, but why?
Because first time it was what? Andres?
We need it. By the way, I want everyone to know that we fucking talked for about 45 minutes before we started recording and still can't get the introduction.
Nothing. We get nothing
done.
right. No.
But I kind of love it. That's like my favorite part of all
It
of
is.
this.
It's the best.
Yeah, I'm James. Thank you for introducing me. And thank you for honoring me with the title
Of handsomest man in the business?
Handsomest man in the business.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the reality is that when our producer put up the she put up the pictures of us, like our intro pictures. There was me
like
at a
our
Dolphins game
biopics?
and then you on the cruise.
Yeah.
Yours, I think, categorically got more likes than mine.
Did it really?
And I was 1% upset about this.
Oh, come on. How many more likes?
You'd have to check
I am
Instagram
gonna
right
check
now.
because-
Please do.
because
I don't know if it was
know.
much. I think there was
I don't
maybe
think
like a
it's
2 or
fine.
3 like difference.
Yeah, it couldn't be too much.
I feel like you're going to open it and yours is going to have 142,000 likes and
Oh my
mine will
God.
have 11.
142,000. I'd be like, I need to start marketing more
right
of my
now.
pictures.
Just leave. Quit the podcast.
Immediately. Sorry, I have to go do something really quick.
And that's called being famous.
Yeah, my future's calling.
That's like what you were telling me about this guy, the dude who plays Billy in Stranger Things, how his job is to just be beautiful and look at things.
Dude, can I tell you that watching that fucking show last night.
I've only gotten to episode 3.
We're on episode 6. We just finished episode 5 today.
Okay.
Because we took a break when we were meal prepping.
Right.
And it's great so far. I love it. I wish
It's
it wasn't 8
excellent.
episodes. I wish it was more, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful. and
I'll take
perfect.
8 over 0.
Oh my God, it's so good. But so when he first comes out
Dude.
in like episode 1, fucking
That
Billy as
scene?
fuck,
Yep.
getting all the mom attention. Christy was like, "Oh God, I can't stand him." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I love him." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I would love to play a character just like that. To be able to just be like the '80s bad
Badass.
boy that
Yep.
fucking everybody wants to fuck.
Yep.
That'd be so great,
It just seems like a fun role.
right? Just seems like something that you could.
I'd be
you
terrible
could
at
just have
it,
fun
but
with.
I mean, he's...
I think you'd be good at it. I have 7 more likes than you. That's it. That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
I'm going to cry myself to sleep
Don't
tonight.
cry yourself to sleep. Also, that's a great picture of you.
I'm
You look
hideous.
dashing. What are you talking about? I wish you would have had the beard.
Well, yeah, no, my beard now is...
So voluptuous.
But I've also been oiling it and brushing it and all that stuff.
I want you to know right now. It shows.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It shows.
Millie wants me to shave what she affectionately calls the curtains, which are just the long parts of my mustache that are finally
okay.
coming in. But I think that's just
Great
'cause
name for that.
she calls them the curtains.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
I think she's mainly just upset because it sort of like tickles her when we kiss.
Yeah.
Which I get it. Like that can probably be annoying, but also fuck her feelings. Like it's my beard.
It's my beard. Don't tell me what to do with my beard. It's my body, my choice.
Yeah, dude.
You
You
know
know, how many times like I'll roll over in bed because that's the position I need to be in when I sleep, and I'll just hear, "Get off my fucking hair," and it's like, what the fuck was your hair doing in the first place? There, get a hairnet, put it in a bun, shave it off, do something. I don't tell her any of that.
To be fair,
I just accept
she's
it.
been working on that Rapunzel cosplay for a while now.
Like probably
You know what I mean?
she's an age, so probably since she was a small child. Yeah.
Nice save. I thought you were actually going to
No.
say her age, and I'm
Are you
like,
kidding me?
Oh, she's going to fucking murder you when she's
Yeah.
editing this.
I just heard the gun downstairs being loaded.
I heard the slide cock back. I was so scared. Oh my God.
Lord.
Don't laugh too hard. I don't want you to sprain something.
No, it hurts so bad.
Someone help.
Every breath is agony, son.
I feel so bad for this bruise situation you got because you were sick.
Oh, it hurts.
You hadn't been sick in a minute.
Oh,
You had to go through that. Still had to go to work and do all that shit. And
Oh,
now,
and I still gotta go to work and I still gotta lift shit and I still gotta stretch.
Yeah.
No,
but it's
horrible.
just like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's one of those times that I'm like, man, I would really love to be working in an office right now.
Oh, nice cushy. Just fucking.
I'm trying. God damn it, I'm trying. Okay, I'm applying.
I know you are.
No one's hiring
You got it. Don't worry.
because I'm a guy. It's hard
Keep
to
doing
hire. It's hard to hire a guy in an office like setting.
Is it?
I feel
It's
there
easy.
is.
You just do it. You
Because
just
I'm
sign the paper.
qualified. I know I am. I've seen
Okay.
my resume, and I do really well in interviews. You know,
Okay.
I print out my resume on nice paper, and it's got color. It's well worded. I even bring a stupid little business card.
It's not stupid.
I say stupid as a term of endearment.
Oh, okay.
It's an adorable
like a
little
cute
business
little.
card.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Just like
It's
look
bright
at my
red.
stupid kid.
Yeah, it's got
And
like
it's like,
bright.
oh,
It's
it's
bright
cute.
red. It's got like comic book style text. It says "Hi there" on one side.
Oh.
And on the back it says, "If you're reading this, give me a call," and it has my phone number on it. Like that kind of stuff.
Did you use Comic Sans?
No. I used one that was like more blocky. Comic Sans is very rounded edges.
A little bit more typewriter.
I'll show you a
little more typewriter.
yeah, I'll show you
Okay.
a copy that I have here. But I give that out at
That is
interviews
stupid
because it's something
cute.
a little bit different. Nobody really does that.
Yeah.
And still nothing. Still nothing.
It's a motherfucker.
It's fucking bullshit.
It
is what
really
it
is.
But whatever. It'll happen.
You know? So, shall we get into the announcements?
Well, before we get into announcements, how have
Is
you
there
been?
another thing? Oh, I've been good.
Because I haven't seen you literally since we recorded.
Yes, since we recorded last.
Which normally we see each other at least like in the in-between week. Like on the off week, we'll see each other even if it's for an hour or something.
Yeah, at least in like the off week, we'll try to catch up in there. But so I've been moving.
Yeah.
Everyone in Miami around.
You own your own moving business
I
now.
just have a moving company and I move people.
That just happened.
No, yeah. So we've been moving. So mother-in-law had to move her into a new apartment, into our apartment, and then we're moving into her house, which is a lot bigger. We're like trading spaces because she's eventually she has a condo up by the beach. Beach. It's not this beach.
Is that where she's moving to?
She eventually wants to move there.
Oh, okay.
But because of the hurricane, she has to fix some stuff up, and she's fighting with the HOA because
they're an
technically
HOA.
supposed to take care. They're supposed to take care of the drywall that got damaged or whatever, but they don't want to. So in terms of it's a whole thing. So she's been doing that, but I had to move her. We had to move our friends who are going to be living with us because house so big, need peeps.
Right.
And then we had to move grandpa. And then we had to get everything ready for grandma's move in a month and a half.
Where's grandma moving to?
North Carolina.
Holy shit.
I know. She's really doing it big in the old age. Wow. She's doing it so big.
What a way to go.
I know. She's going to the mountains.
That's it. No,
She's going to run with goats, whatever she does. Whatever old people do in the mountains.
she's going to tame bears. You know that, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. She probably could. She'd probably just be sitting there all...
Like, you're going to get there and she's
fragile.
going to be mentioning someone you've never heard of. Be like, oh, can't wait for y'all to come out here and meet Paul. And you're like,
what?
who the fuck is Paul?
Oh, she'll never speak English ever, especially like that.
No, that's the thing. You'll get there and that's how she's going to sound now.
She's going to be like, oh, darling, I haven't seen you.
She'll be an Appalachian mountain mama. And you'll get there and she'll be like, y'all met Paul yet? And you're like, what are you talking about?
I picked up some roadkill the other day.
And a brown bear will come out and be like, oh, there's Paul right there. Look at him hiding behind a tree. Thinks he's a ninja.
You know, I got him a little plastic sword, and he's been playing with it every day.
Hit it. Don't take off that damn bandana. Also,
I swear to God, he's going to run into a tree. He keeps covering his eyes with it. It's too big.
dumb bear. Also, disclaimer, I don't know if that's an accurate Appalachian
Probably
accent,
not.
but
But
I'm going with it.
Can we agree we would be great bear parents?
We would be great
Appalachian
bear
bear parents?
I'd love it.
That was amazing.
Can we just do that? Can we just quit everything and just go be Appalachian bear parents?
Oh my God. Would you guys listen to a podcast from
About-
two Appalachian moms raising a bear?
Wait, wouldn't we be Appalachian dads?
Did you just hear the way we sounded?
You're right. We are moms.
We really immediately put on mama bear outfits.
Yeah, you're right. We are moms.
Immediately.
100%. You're right. Never mind.
Immediately we're like, oh,
I
no, we're not
retract
men
my
anymore.
previous statement. I am now a bear mom.
I also feel like to raise a bear, you gotta be, it has to be like, it's a mama bear thing, right?
I think you also have to be okay with the fact that your child's going to eat you.
Maybe.
Because I've never not heard of a story of someone being like, I raise bears for a living, that ends 9 weeks later being like, in local news, a regional man was killed and eaten by his pet bear while trying to feed it a oatmeal bar. Sources are claiming the bear was offended that it was not given a steak. No one is surprised.
Or an entire side of moose. Back to you, Bob.
How's the weather, Jill?
Oh, Jill. Bears are fucking terrifying. And I saw a video today, because we're talking about bears, where they released it into the wild.
Please tell me it turned around and immediately tried to eat its...
There's like a big metal container. They put it down and then they fucking run away. Everyone runs away.
Yeah.
And remotely it is opened.
It opens the...
Dude, this thing, the door got about 2 feet off the
open?
ground.
Right?
That thing came out from under it, full-grown grizzly, and attacked the first thing it saw, which was the camera that they had set up.
Of course.
Dude, he was like, whatever I get first is dying.
Yeah.
He's just
I'm
like,
pissed.
I'm going to murder whatever I see first. And I was like, oh, there's nothing anyone can do in that situation but die. You're just dead.
Yeah, just
There's
die.
nothing you can do.
Yeah, because they tell you like, oh, make yourself big. Well, not that.
Make yourself big?
Well, hold on. There are some bears. I think there's like a chart I've seen online.
It's like black bear, I think.
I think, yeah, it's like a black bear. Like, you make yourself really big, start
Yeah.
screaming, like wave a fucking stick in the air, make yourself look as big as he is, and he'll just be like, fuck that noise. I
don't want that problem.
I think it's then brown bears are the ones that you have to play dead. I think it's Kodiaks and polar bears that you're just 100% fucked.
I think even playing dead, dude. It's gonna,
Because I feel like
gonna
he's going to
fuck
come up
with
to you and just be like, I'm going to claw you to see if you're a thing that I want to eat. I might eat your leg.
Or
just
he'll
to see
just
if-
grab you and throw you. Just
Yeah.
to see if you move. Like, what the fuck are you?
And he's going to toss you into a tree.
Oh, for sure.
And he's going to break many things.
Dude,
Not
if he-
including the tree.
Dude, he's gonna fucking break everything.
Yeah. Including you.
You're just done.
Yeah.
Like a grizzly's like, oh, if you get bigger, it's like, oh, it's a bigger meal for me.
Oh, and by the way, you
Bigger
get to be
dinner.
there for the whole thing while he's eating you.
Oh, for sure, because they're not gonna just kill you outright.
I mean, you might die of a heart attack or you might bleed
They'll
out.
just bleed out pretty quickly.
But still, you get to be there for that. That's going to be fun.
Hey.
Yeah, right?
Hey, by the way, speaking of trees,
Mm-hmm. So,
God,
wait,
I'm
you're
so
right.
good at segues.
You are really good at segues.
That's pretty
I'm
good
glad.
at segue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had for a second there, I had forgotten about it, but you're right. So I don't know if you've been on Reddit recently, but
No.
it's been popping up occasionally on Reddit, at least on some of the subreddits that I frequent.
Which are all dungeon porn subreddits.
How did you know? So one of the things that I've seen popping up a lot lately is talking about climate change. Now,
It's an important subject.
I'll come out and say it. It's super real. There is mountains of evidence to support that climate change is a thing that's really fucking happening, and this place is boiling.
I don't think you're in the minority.
You know what?
I don't think that's like I'm gonna go on a limb here.
I know. No,
And
but
I might get-
I get what you're saying, but you know, there's some people that are like, there ain't enough science for that. They're like, yes, there is. Yes,
I thought
there
you were
were.
gonna come out and be like, well, look, the Earth is flat, and I've been on Reddit and I've fallen down some rabbit holes.
You know what?
and,
Listen, you might say the Earth is flat. To me, it's a trapezoid, so all of you can go to hell. Basically, the Earth is boiling, and it's getting worse, and it's our fault. But there's this, I think it was like a study or something like that. I have to find the actual details. We will include this information and links to all of this in the show notes, by the way, for those of you listening that want more information about it. Basically, they say that if we plant a certain amount of trees, not like, I think it's like it's either a given number of trees or a given number of acres of trees,
Okay.
we can essentially really put the brakes on this whole like global warming thing, because apparently that amount of trees mathematically has been shown in like I think like simulations and through just generally accepted math in those fields that those trees will be able to absorb and process a significant portion of the carbon dioxide that we're putting out.
Just really quick, did you mention how many trees?
I have it here on the notes.
I'm not sure. Yeah, because I'm not sure if you mentioned
I'll
it.
tell you right now.
Because it is a very large
adding
amount.
2.2 billion acres, and that's 2.2 billion with a B.
Okay.
Okay. Acres of tree cover would capture 2/3 of man-made carbon emissions. Which, you know what? Listen.
Yeah.
2.2 billion acres. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you've ever stood on what 1 acre looks like, I mean, it's not that much space.
Dude,
Like,
that is so much space. Are
no.
you kidding me?
2.2 billion acres is huge, but I don't think they mean like 2.2 billion acres concentrated in one shot, obviously. Like,
I mean,
dude, how big is 2.2 billion acres?
I'm trying to find if I'm putting the amount of zeros correctly.
I'm just going to add and use the word instead. How big is 2.2? I don't need billion bitcoins. I mean, I do need them.
3,437,500 square miles.
That's a lot.
That's so much goddamn land.
And for those math friends, that's 9.583 times 10 to the 13th power square feet.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Well, we're just going to get right on that and plant 2.2 billion. See, this seems like a very hard thing to do. I mean,
is it though? Is it really?
No, okay. Well, clearly, if everyone planted like one fucking tree.
But not even everyone. What if it's just like organizations like not NGOs, like nonprofits and like foundations and shit like that.
For sure.
Small
I mean,
governments.
there are
even
already-
large governments.
There are already foundations and stuff that do try to do that. They try to plant as many trees as possible. There are also initiatives like there are a lot of like logging initiatives where for every tree that is cut down, like
They have
two
to plant
need to be
two, yeah.
replaced. Yeah. So I mean, things are happening in those causes to try to reforest.
We really
the
need
earth.
to stop like cutting down entire swaths of the Amazon for like palm oil and shit like that because that's not helping.
It's not, but that's also not even. We have no control over that.
I mean,
We have as much control as like we can get
Yeah, exactly.
awareness and try to put pressure.
Right.
But
But
like,
awareness only does so much.
yeah, and it's also like the governments
Yeah, if they don't want to do anything
of
about
the
it.
Amazon are going to do whatever the fuck they want with the Amazon.
Yeah. So, well, listen, we'll add a link to some of this information in the show notes for those of you that are interested. I know that in those Reddit posts they said that and it was on NPR this morning.
Okay, beautiful.
There's a website which we'll try to find
Nice.
that basically it's like a map of your area or anywhere that you're reading this, and it'll tell you like, hey, in your area, this is basically where you can plant a tree to help us. You know,
Yeah.
if
And-
it's even allowed.
And honestly, that's something like it's funny that you bring it up because it's a few of our friends are like really into gardening and like are getting more into like plant life and stuff like that. You love gardening as well, but I'm saying that you brought up the topic because
Right.
now it's kind of something that I've started to get like more aware of
Mhm.
and more into. Just like, man, plants are cool. Maybe
Dog,
we should have
also-
more fucking plants.
Also, houseplants,
You
dog.
know?
I have so many houseplants now.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have so many houseplants.
I'm gonna teach you so much about houseplants.
Dude,
because
tell me
having,
all about the houseplants.
Like having worked, which going back to the really quick because I don't want to get
Yeah.
sidetracked here. I know I was talking shit about like, oh my god, I want to work in an office. I can't stand retail. I really can't stand retail. Retail's the bane of human existence. It's terrible.
you were going somewhere else. with
But
that. You're like, it's not too bad. No, fuck that place.
however, having worked at Blomplipo,
Oh, fucking blown pleeplo, dude. It's
I've
better
learned-
than goes. You know what I mean?
or blows,
Oh God, isn't it blows?
it does. But having worked at Blomplipo, I've learned a lot. Like from working in customer service to working in the plumbing department to having helped out in hardware and lumber to having helped out in garden and electrical.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've learned a ton about all of these things, but specifically garden. Like I have some friends in the garden department and they look like they don't know shit. Like you walk up to them and you're like, oh, these dudes just get on a forklift and move pallets around.
Hey, really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. Sorry to interrupt, but
Yes.
every time you talk about all the different departments at Blomblipo, it sounds like you're just talking about different street gangs that all interact together
They
in like
are.
a warehouse style building.
You laugh, but they are. Electrical's their own
It's
gang.
just organized.
Plumbing's
mobs.
their own gang. Yeah. There's our turf. The fuck out of my aisles, bitch.
Oh my God, it's like West Side Story every day. Your place.
Everywhere we go, we just start snapping. Dumbass. So, but yeah, these guys
man.
in garden, some of them look like that's all they do. Like they just drive forklifts and move pallets around. But if you're like, hey, by the way, I have these citrus plants and some of them are dying. What sort of fertilizer can I use? They'll be like, all right, well, depending on what kind of nitrogen content you want, you're like, whoa, what do you mean? What? How do you know
chemicals?
about that?
I didn't even know we were talking about chemicals.
I'm not a fucking chemist. Why?
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, stop. Let me explain to you what all this means.
Isn't that the worst feeling when you
Judge
think
the
you have a
shit
simple?
out of somebody?
Oh well, no, yeah. But I was gonna say when you have like what you think is a simple question,
Oh yeah.
and then someone gives you a very complicated answer, you're like, oh fuck, no, stop.
no.
I don't know anything.
I didn't want it to be that complicated. Yeah.
I'm a child walking into a nuclear power plant. Please
Yeah,
stop.
don't let me touch anything. Please keep the button secured. But that's the thing. Like I've learned so much about gardening from them, and just any time that Mills and I buy like a new plant from somewhere, if
Yeah.
it's like not Home Depot, and we happen to be able, like, there's this one place that we bought one of our houseplants from. I think it's called like Exotic Gardens or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
The lady makes like these like proprietary sort of like, I almost want to call them like terrariums. Like they're like an orb of like moss and fishing line or something. But the secret is inside.
So wait, it's just like a ball of
It's
just
like
organic material.
it just encases the root system in a ball. But the way that she does it,
so it's like a self-contained pot,
yeah.
but
But
like
the way
made of
she does it,
organic material.
yeah, the way she does it is proprietary to her. And it's incredible because they grow and they require like almost no maintenance. So they're like, hey, when the ball is dry, take it out of its little tray, feel the bottom. If the bottom is dry, add water. That's it. Done deal.
Add
Don't
water
worry
like
about
to the ball or like in the bowl.
No, to the bowl, and the ball will absorb the water. You'll literally see the water level like get sucked up into the little sphere.
It's like a straw.
Yeah, we bought like a little tiny snake plant. It was expensive. It was like $20 for a
Yeah.
little snake plant. It was like maybe 5 inches high. That thing is almost a foot tall now, and it already has like a second little like snake plant
Oh,
that's sprouted
shit.
out. That's like another 5 or 6 inches tall.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome.
super cool.
But they look really nice. They're generally just pleasant to look at.
Also, there's like a feeling when you have a plant in the house. Like
talk to mine.
feels brighter.
It does, and I talk
The
to my
air is
plants.
better. Oh, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys talk about? Like basketball or something?
No, I legit, like, I'll go up to the plants, like, on my days off, for instance. And in the mornings, like, when I open the blinds and stuff, I'll ask them, be like, how'd you guys sleep? How's your day? You know, do you
Oh,
guys
that's cute.
Yeah,
Like little babies. Like
Yeah.
the little babies in your.
and
in
I
your home.
massage the leaves once every, like, couple months. I'll what's it called? I'll polish the leaves with a little bit of coconut oil.
Mhm.
Just to maintain their waxiness and stuff like that. Keep them looking shiny, because there's also an aesthetic, thing to it. You want
Yeah.
them to look nice.
Yeah, you got to make them look good.
Right.
There's
I
like a
water
prize
them.
show horse,
Exactly. And you water them. You make sure they get, good amount of sunlight, put on music for them, shit like that. But these are all things that plants,
Yeah.
I firmly believe that they react to.
There's plants. I feel plants are like one of those fucking things that, and now we're like totally off the rails. But
I know, but let's keep going.
I need to talk about plants. So plants are one of those things that I think are way more advanced than people give them credit for,
Oh,
and we
hell
just
yeah.
think they're just like a thing. I'm like, they're not just a thing.
No, they're living
They
creatures.
cover fucking 30% of the planet.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, plants talk to each other, and I don't know if I think we've probably mentioned this before, or we've talked about this before. I know I've talked about it before, but like there are plants that you play the sound of water and roots grow to
Yes.
the sound.
Yeah.
They know the sound of water,
Which is mind blowing.
dude. Like,
What
what the fuck?
I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not. I'll find out. But I remember years ago reading something along the lines of that the smell of freshly cut grass is actually a scent that is released by the grass to warn other plants that they are being killed.
Fucking,
Which is literally death screams. That's what it is. It's just death screams.
oh my god, they're the best smelling death screams.
It's plants yelling, "Save yourselves!" Like they're gonna uproot themselves and be like, "Run!
they're coming with the blades. I think there's a tree in Africa that does that too. Like when giraffes
really?
eat it. So like if giraffes start eating at the specific tree,
Mm-hmm.
it'll like, I guess, send like something. I don't know.
Something.
Somehow sends a signal to the plants downwind
Mm-hmm.
that they are being eaten, and those plants will change their flavor profile. So when the giraffe eats them, it's disgusting to
That's
them.
genius."
I'm like, how?
Yeah, because at first I didn't think about the flavor profile, so I'm here like thinking the other trees are like, "That's great, Ted. The fuck am I supposed to do with that information?"
We can't really move around.
Thanks.
I'm glad you got eaten, Ted. You fucking.
There's a problem. Ted
asshole.
watched Lord of the Rings and thought that they were the.
Oh, they
the-
thought they were the walking plants.
Yeah, those probably have a
That's
name.
what you should play for your plants.
And I'm not nerdy enough to know what that name is. I think they're called Ents, like ENTs or something like that.
could
I
not
don't
tell you, dude.
remember.
I'm not that deep in.
I'm not that deep either.
LOTR.
I won't front.
Yeah. But to kind of close out the plant thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a lot of house plants.
Plants are cool.
When
we're
I
gonna
say
get me
we are
house
gonna get,
plants.
when we say we're gonna get you a lot of house plants, I ain't buying you shit. I'm gonna go with you so you can spend your own goddamn money to buy house plants. But I'm gonna tell you the right ones to buy.
Well, why don't? But that could be my housewarming gift.
You're not wrong about this.
Buy me a
I will
plant.
get you a single house plant,
Yes.
and you will nurture it.
I
and
did it.
And his name will be Steve.
Steve.
Because I already own a Kyle.
Do you own a Kyle?
Yes, my ZZ plant. His name is Kyle.
Why?
Because I like the name Kyle for a plant, and I
Okay.
thought he looked like a Kyle to me. Okay.
I mean, whatever is in your heart. Kyle was in your heart when you looked at him,
Yeah.
and that just came
But
out.
like the second I bought him
it's
at
like,
home,
fucking your name's Kyle.
yeah, when I bought him at Blum Polipo, I literally was buying him, and I'm like, "Your name is Kyle."
Oh,
I even got home. I was like, "Baby, I got Kyle," and she's like, "Who? Did you abduct somebody's child?" I'm like, "No, relax. He's our child now.
He's ours.
He's our little green child."
Oh.
Yo, he's gotten tall as fuck too. When I got
I
him,
think
he
I'll check him
was
You have
from-
so many plants. I don't even. I
from
can't
the
even
rim
keep
of the pot,
Uh-huh.
the little plastic pot. He was as tall as my phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus for reference.
them. Weird flex, but okay.
The phone's great. It's not a 10, but it's about as tall as my phone. So figure about 5.5, almost 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
He is 2 feet tall now.
God damn.
Yeah,
I mean, you love your plants, and they love you, and they grow.
they're my family.
They grow. They are your family.
They're my family. They're part of my home.
and you can tell that they're loved.
Let me tell you something. If I got home tomorrow and somebody removed all their house plants, that'd be the first thing I'd notice. And
Well,
they're
I
not-
hope if they removed every single house, but you have so many of them.
The thing is that none of them are in a direct line of sight. Like when you open the door, you have to look for them.
Yeah, but like when something's missing from your house, you feel it.
Yeah, but I feel like specifically, like if somebody removed, like if I opened the door and somebody had taken like the remote control for my TV
Yeah.
and like one of the dog toys, I'd be like, I wouldn't notice.
Okay, not immediately.
Yeah, but if somebody took my
decor?
house plants,
Because houseplants are basically decor, right? Like you put them because they look pretty. And you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
like you.
But they're also great for purifying the air in your
they
house,
are great
which
for
is
purifying
great.
there, yes. But for people who come over, it's
Yeah, I might get
pretty
you a
much
ZZ
great
plant
I
or a
wouldn't be-
malanga.
I wouldn't be down.
Which for those of
I would
you-
be down for a ZZ.
Those of you who don't know what a malanga is, I guess I'll just come out and say the white people name for it, I believe, is a golden pothos.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what a ZZ plant is?
No, a ZZ plant is a ZZ plant.
Oh.
Malanga, though, the hanging ones,
Yeah.
the ones with the vines, those are golden pothos.
You call them malanga?
Those are malanga plants, yeah. Not
They're not
malanga,
malanga.
not malanga that we eat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
There's
what are
not
you
no,
talking
no. There's malanga root, which is what we eat because we're Hispanic.
This is where Cuban people get fucking crazy.
No, this
with
thing
shit.
is actually like a malanga vine. I think it's because it's from the same family.
Oh, okay. They're related, so they're both
Yes.
malanga.
But no, this is not
come on.
it's not a tuber. It's not the same as
I know, but like maybe call it like malenga, or you know what I mean? Like change it-
Malenga? Wow.
Malanga.
Malenga.
A
This is
malenga?
tomato.
Malenga.
I will beat you with this
Come
microphone.
on. All right. Well, anyway, fucking go plant a tree. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
basically, go plant a
Go
fucking
plant a
tree.
goddamn
Buy
tree.
house plants for your house, please.
They're important or whatever.
Buy plants for the outside of your house.
And by the way, speaking of
Mm-hmm.
segue,
Yes.
speaking of helping the earth and the environment and the things around us, nature's really great, but concrete civilization is a thing we also have to keep clean because we live in it.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And you know what's right at the edge of our concrete civilization here in Miami?
I don't. What?
The beach.
Oh my God, the beach. How could I forget about the beach?
Mm-hmm. And what
Our
do beaches need?
producer found a really cool event that is going on. It's by Lifestyle Miami, and they're hosting a beach cleanup called Make Miami Clean Again on Saturday, July 20th of 2019, in the year of our Lord, from 10 to 3 p.m. at Legion's Park. So if you'd like to attend, they will be posting details of the event on IG, and so will we. And Millie, the producer, will be attending. So if you would like to join her, hit us up on our Instagram and you can get together and we can have like a Dairy Isle group. Oh, that'd be really cool. If you want to go, we'll have like a Dairy Isle fucking group that goes into his
So we
park cleanup.
are. I don't think we're going to be able to hit that time.
Oh, no. Wait.
No. I'm
Did
saying
things change?
I'm not done yet. I don't think we're going to be able to hit that time frame because we wanted
Breaking
to make
news.
stickers for the event.
That would
like
be
to
dope.
hand out.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be there because I'm working, unfortunately. One of the perils of retail. I got completely and totally fucked with my weekend schedule this entire month.
I can definitely make it.
You
I think
can-
for at least an hour.
Yeah.
For at the very least.
But I won't be there. But Millie will be there. So if there's any of you listening that would like to meet our producer, hang out with her for a little bit
And rep.
and just rep. And also listen, you go. I mean, if I don't know if any of you are actually going to attend. I would love it if you did. I'm sure she would too. But while you're there, hang out with her. Talk to her about the show. If you have any questions, be like, oh, what's it like? You know, like,
Being so fucking red-haired all the time.
yeah.
You know?
How is it? How do you
Yeah.
deal with being angry 24/7?
How have you not figured out that it's introduction, not instruction?
She's going to kill you now. I
Like-
want you to know that. Only she will know what that
Come
means.
on, you gotta keep rolling with it though. I like
do.
this
No,
roast.
We're gonna leave it.
I like
We're
this
never.
roast of
We're
Millie.
never gonna change that. By the way, I want you to know that it's staying like that forever.
But yeah, so if you would like to come help us clean up on Saturday, July 20th, from 10 to 3 p.m. is the event, and it's for a good cause, and
It
we
is.
can help keep our beaches clean
Listen, we live in
because we love them.
we live in Miami.
Yeah.
We do have beautiful
we do
beaches.
live in Miami, and we do have beautiful beaches.
We have beautiful beaches,
We
and
have beautiful beaches.
we can't.
We
like,
can't.
How can I put this?
We can't.
We can't afford to keep letting them like get dirty, like especially after like Urban Beach Week, July 4th,
Can't let it happen.
Memorial Day.
No more of
Where
that.
you've been there, you've seen all the beer bottles
seen the
and
pictures.
and the fucking red Solo cups,
All
and
the red
paper
Solo
plates.
cups. The red Solo cups.
There's so many of them.
The bags of chips.
No, and all the fucking the cigarette butts. Come
Oh
the
my
fuck on.
god, the condoms.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not kidding. By the way, there's
There's
like
they're everywhere.
it's not fun.
Oh, dude,
I mean, listen, you kind of like
there's so many condoms.
it comes with the territory, I suppose.
Was that a pun? Go fuck yourself. It comes with the territory.
Wow, I didn't realize that I had said that. I'm sorry.
Unfucking believable. You think you know someone?
You do think you know someone and you trust them, and I think that again is a perfect segue into the other thing you wanted to talk about. Seriously though, go help clean up the beach.
I like that this podcast so far has been a fever dream. It's my favorite.
It's fucking
I
fantastic.
love episodes where we just fucking vibe. I was having a thought. And I thought
as you do.
and I thought it was interesting, as I do when I think.
And you use all 11 of your brain cells.
So, dude, the 11th one was firing hard on this day.
Well, no, and after this whole moving fiasco, you're down to at least 8.
So I was in an Uber, and I was just thinking that we're like the most weird, hypocritical creatures and just like oddly social, because we will come up with any fucking dumb excuse to not trust someone. Like, just even like, oh man, I don't get a good vibe off that person. Like, there's just, if you're Spanish, like no me cayó bien. Like, he just didn't, there's something about that person. I don't know. Or like, I don't know. They did a weird thing with their hand earlier. I don't get it. But at the same time, will the next moment turn around and board a plane where 2 fucking dudes will just fly us thousands of miles in the fucking air?
I'm going to stop you there. I get what you're saying 100%. It makes perfect sense to me. However, when I get into an Uber, there is a better than probably 40% chance that it is either a psychopathic Italian person who, being Italian, they can be late and somehow invariably still get to where they're going on time. Or it's a Venezuelan person who is just trying to make a living. But if we're honest, they may or may not have a driver's license. And this may or may not be the 11th time in their life that they've seen a stoplight that works, right? That actually has red, yellow, green. They're not trained professionals. They're no better at driving than some of us are. They might not say. I've been in Ubers that they never signal. They don't stop at a stop sign.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that
they run red lights. Like
90% of the Uber drivers I've been in the car, I drive better than that Uber driver.
For sure I drive better than them. But I'm trusting them for a very small span of time to do a not difficult task. You put an automatic car in drive and you just go forward, make a left or a right, and then stop somewhere and let me get out. This isn't complicated.
But think about it.
Right, hold on, let me finish.
I'm not saying to trust them to do it right. I'm just saying the trust we have in people at all. Like, you trust a surgeon.
But you get onto the airplane that you mentioned, right? And you know, at a bare minimum, those pilots had to have at least in the hundreds, if not thousands of hours on smaller craft and on simulators leading up to the point where somebody trusted them to fly something that can hold 300 people and fly 600 miles an hour at 30,000 plus feet in a rainstorm if it needs to, and then land in a different part of the planet than when it started. You kind of just inherently trust that these people are properly trained to do this, and they have a complement of electronic aids, and they have people on the ground.
Talking about their competence.
But that's the thing, the trust that you have in them. Isn't that what it's based around? Is whether they can do the thing or not? But that same
pilot, if you didn't know he was a pilot and you just met him and you thought he was creepy, you'd never invite him to your home or to have a meal. But you'll trust to get on his airplane.
Yeah, but that's because it's his job.
But isn't that weird? You can look at someone and trust them implicitly with your life, and then the next moment be like, yeah, you're kind of creepy. Like, that's fucking weird.
That's
guess. So weird.
But listen, you can be creepy and still be super competent at your job.
For sure.
How many people of your job?
If you think that guy's creepy and you wouldn't even fucking go to like a fucking restaurant with that human being.
Yeah.
Then why would you assume that they're not going to do something nefarious flying that plane? Like, why is the disconnect in the brain happening where it's like, you're kind of creepy, don't really like you, and then also we'll get on your plane?
I think it's because as humans, we've socially developed the ability to cognitively separate how I feel about you on a personal level to how I feel about your competency in a given arena, right? So you're like, yeah, this guy is a creep. He's got like a weird fetish, or he's whatever. He's just a fucking weirdo. Okay, cool. But he's got 22,000 hours of flight time in his career. Like, he's one of the best pilots that this company has. Are you still going to get on a plane with him? Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. I would get on the plane too.
Ow. It still hurts.
You okay?
So bad.
Just cough lighter. There you go. Ha, ha, ha. Like you're a baby sheep coming. Ha, ha.
That's weird.
You're welcome.
But see, I'd still get on a plane if you were the pilot.
That's weird.
But how is it weird, though? My feelings about you as a person... Listen, my feelings about you as a person should not, and usually do not, contaminate my ability to rationalize your competency.
But the feeling comes from danger. The reason you think someone's creepy and you don't want to be around them is because there's an element that there is possible danger.
But what if their
then
creepiness...
you'll immediately hop on a fucking plane? plane
But
or
what
get
if
in their car.
But what if their creepiness has no bearing on their competency? Like, what if what makes you creepy is like, I don't know, dude. He kind of looks like he robs graves for fun. Yeah, but he's the top ranked pilot at American Airlines.
No,
okay,
for
cool.
sure.
I'll let him fly me across the globe.
I get you.
Because guess what's not in the sky? Graves.
I understand.
No digging.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. There is an element in your brain
Yeah.
or a part of your brain that goes, nope,
I don't like him.
that guy is fuck. There's something not good about that human being over there. I just don't for whatever reason.
And so you get away from them.
And so you get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Right.
if you were to see they were like walking to your plane, you wouldn't go, oh, I'm not getting on that plane. I'm getting a different plane. You're like, no. I'm getting on that plane.
Well, hold on. Now that you put it like that, I think it depends really what creeps you out about them. That might change your opinion. That might change the way your brain works in that scenario. That's why I was mentioning the thing to you about like
maybe
how your opinion of this person emotionally, what makes you feel uneasy about them, doesn't necessarily have to equate the way that your brain like sort of like what's the word I'm looking for here? The way that your brain kind of figures out and values their competency. You know, it appraises their competency is the word I was looking for there. You're not like, how can I explain this?
So
If you found, okay, let me ask you, if you didn't like somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just got a weird feeling about this guy that you work with.
Yeah.
And you've never met him before. He just showed up in the office.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own office by a window somewhere. They didn't tell you who he is. But there started to be a rumor going around the office that he's an animal abuser. Right?
Okay.
You already are like, well, I'm an animal lover, so fuck that guy. I'm going to throw him out the window if I ever find out he touches an animal inappropriately, right? But you come to find out that he's like one of the most skilled accountants ever. And you're in accounting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a part of your brain that's going to be like, well, if I ever have an accounting question, I can go ask him. He'll probably have the answer for me. That's the logical part of your brain separating itself from the emotional part of your brain. The thing that creeps you out about him has now no bearing on his ability to do his job.
Doesn't creep me out. That just angers me.
No,
It's
but I
different.
think a part of it might creep you out a little bit where you're like, I don't want to be around that person. Like,
Oh no, for sure.
I'm uneasy being around
Yeah.
them because of the way it makes me feel, right? But you're still not going to be like, I'm going to ask fucking Janice in accounting who doesn't know shit about what an Excel spreadsheet looks like.
Oh
I'm
no, I
gonna
would definitely
this
go
dude.
ask anyone else before I ask him. He would be like my last option. Now, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about competence. Someone could be competent as fuck. Just because I don't trust someone doesn't mean I don't think that they're competent. They can clearly be competent. I'm saying the trust. It's the emotional aspect of all of it, right? It's not logical in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Like, don't think about like, oh, you would logically think like you're competent because you've had that many flight hours. Yeah, I totally get that. Now, the danger part is not
Like your primal
based
brain.
on competence. Yeah, it's just like that guy weirds me out. It's
So you're talking like what your lizard brain is telling you to do.
exactly.
Okay.
It's just like no, that guy's there's something fucking weird about that guy. But then you'll immediately trust like a stranger that you're like they could be dangerous. You know what the fuck they want. You know what I mean? But you're just like we just have like a blind trust with all of those things.
Do you think
just
it's just
assume that no one's gonna fuck up what they do?
Do you think that gamble that we take is just a reflex at this point, like a social reflex?
Oh, for sure. It's like it's total. I think it's totally based on the fact that like we live in a society and that's just what you have to do.
Yeah, if you want to live, you got to just be like,
Exactly.
well,
You
guess
just
I got to trust this person.
You have to assume that like you have to assume people are gonna do their job.
You
correctly.
mentioned the thing about the surgeon,
It's just fucking weird.
and that like brought me to this idea of like, what do you think the ratio, not the ratio, but what do you think like the odds are that there are like really, really qualified surgeons out there that are really good and very well liked at their jobs, but that might be serial killers or might just be maybe they're serial rapists or something, but no one's ever caught on to them because they're that smart, they're that charismatic, and they're that trusted.
I mean, I'm touching you. I'm sorry. I was talking to the computer.
Not me.
Yeah, not him.
He doesn't touch me.
Excuse me. I'm touching you. I think there's probably been, right? But like, how many surgeons are there
A lot.
in the country?
A lot.
A lot.
Like people qualified to do surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Because think about it. There's general surgeons.
Board certified surgeons.
Dude, there's probably, I want to argue there's probably in the tens of thousands of practicing board certified surgeons in the
Number of
United
board
States.
certified surgeons.
Let's find out.
Let's find out what this. Apparently, there's approximately 30,000.
Ooh. Ooh, suck this D, son.
That's not a lot.
30,000 surgeons.
How many people are in this country?
I think
350
something
million?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
But how many PhDs are there? Like, sorry, MDs are there?
Oh, yeah, way more, right? Because
Right.
surgeon's a specialty.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's still a fucking...
But still, dude,
such
that's
a low number.
30,000. How many do you need? What do you want? 250,000 surgeons?
Yes.
What happened?
No, but I'm saying that's not like compared to the number. That's not like ton
Also,
of surgeons.
stop. That's 30,000 board certified surgeons, right?
Yeah.
Now you have to break that up because how many of them are cardiac specialists? How many of them are what's it called? Plastic surgeons, like people who just make you look like shit.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the percentage is compared to the population?
Sure. It's like 1 point or not even a point. It's like
0.00008% of the U.S. population are surgeons.
That's hard. Yeah. But think about it. If there's only 30,000 surgeons for 300 something million people in the U.S., you know how skilled these people have to be? You know how many surgeries these people perform?
For sure.
Right. So
so the number I wanted to get at was...
if the only person who's going to perform a surgery on you because you were dying, or they're like, James,
of course,
something happened with your heart, we're bringing you in, literally the best heart surgeon on the Eastern Seaboard right now. Mm-hmm. And you meet him and you're like, I don't like him. Would you still get the surgery? Or would you ask for the second best heart surgeon?
Second.
You wouldn't take
if
chances?
it depends on the vibe.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like what you're talking about.
Do I
like,
look at this guy and I go,
no,
fuck that.
Yeah, where your lizard brain is like, no, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
I wouldn't even fucking take a nap in the same house as him. Fuck that. No.
Right. So you're going to ask for somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second best?
You're not going to ask for the number one heart surgeon in the country to save you. You're going to take your chances with number two.
There's a lot of variables. How much lower is number two than number one?
Well, you're number two. You're silver medal.
It doesn't matter because if
out of 30,000, you're number two.
Let's say, yeah, it's really great stuff.
That's so amazing. Dude. That's killing it.
You really did it. You're fucking killing the surgeon game right now. You're such a good surgeon, dude. Don't ever let anyone tell you. Don't let Elias tell you you're not a good surgeon. Number two.
You're the best.
No one's gonna ever bring it up. Yeah, I would think I would go with number two. If it was like, oh man, number one has a 99% success rate and number two has a 98% success rate, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty much the same thing.
Number two has a 75% success rate. Are you still going to let the lizard brain take
over?
over?
25% drop in success.
But also a 25% drop in creepiness. Not that his creepiness is equivalent to his success
rate. Can I kill him after the surgery's done?
Who, number one? The first guy? I mean, you can try. He's a skilled surgeon, though, man. Shit. He knows how to wield a scalpel. He's got access to drugs. He's a skilled surgeon.
Everyone knows they have to take 8 years of kung fu to have the inner peace to be able to perform such delicate surgery.
Can you imagine how dangerous like a special forces field medic must be?
Oh my god, dude!
Like, talk about do no harm. Talk about knowing how to harm.
For sure, every part of the body. I know how to fucking make sure you bleed out in 2 seconds.
Dude, like I will cut tendons and ligaments you didn't know you had. Like,
what were we talking about? Trust. Trusting people. But yeah, I just thought it was weird that we like, and we fell down like a weird.
We did.
Rabbit hole.
It was fun though.
It was, but I just find it weird, and it's also kind of how I know that like, not all's lost. The fact that like on a daily basis you could still trust everyone around you to do the things that they need to do or that they say they're going to do professionally. Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Like, there's a problem when you're like, no, I don't trust that bitch serving my food. Like, whoa, okay, there's a problem here.
Have you ever, as an adult, and I'm talking not like, oh, since you were 18, like for me, like since you were 25, like the last like almost
like a month ago.
Shut up. Has there recently in the last few years been a time where you encountered another human being, whether directly or indirectly, that your lizard brain just snapped to attention and was like, absolutely not?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I need to know about this. But because I also want to talk about SuperCon summary.
So, right before we get into that, yes, I have. And it was at Starbucks. And there's homeless people up and down US 1. All the time, right?
Yeah, I remember.
It's like it's a big highway. There's a lot of cars traveling, so a lot of them like to panhandle on there, and there's a lot of stores and stuff, and there's also some wooded areas too. So like sometimes they camp. But there was this one guy who came to my store and he was rolling around a shopping cart in the shopping center, just walking around. Kind of like short guy. I think he was probably like South American. Not too tall, but he looked like he was in shape. Probably like 5'7". And he was kind of just rolling around, and like we had seen him, and it looked like he was kind of talking to himself or whatever. But while on my shift, I'm like 2 hours into my shift, and all of a sudden, this customer comes in, and she's like, "Hey, this guy's outside," and he's kind of like having an argument with himself, and I don't know what's going on, but like people were getting uncomfortable, so I wanted to let you know.
Right.
So I look outside, and it's this guy, and there's 2 doors to my Starbucks. There's the counter, and then right in front of the counter, there's a door, and then to the right of the counter and the machines and the bar, there's another door. So he's in the front one. So you look right out the front of the store, and he's right there.
Starbucks, yeah.
And he just has a bunch of shit. Like everything that was in the cart he was rolling around is on the table, and he's like sorting it or doing something. And he's like, you could tell he's angry, and he's like talking to himself, kind of like hyping himself up.
Okay.
But when I saw this guy, I immediately was like, fuck that guy. There's something like wrong with that guy, like in an aggressive, emotional way. So I'm like, but I gotta go deal with him. Like I gotta go talk to him.
Yeah.
But like immediately my brainstem was like, hey, maybe you should take a knife or a gun.
Or call the cops.
Or call the cops, which is what I should have done. But I was like, maybe I can diffuse it. So I walk outside and I'm like, oh, hey, man, some people were saying that you were like yelling at someone. Was someone yelling at you? Did you get into a fight with someone? I just want to make sure like you're okay. Because they said you were yelling. And he was like, and he like fucking shut up when I came out and was just looking down at what he was doing. And he like just slowed down the movement. And I was like, oh,
unacceptable.
You're like priming yourself or something.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no, I'm good. You can go now. And I was like, oh, okay.
Got it.
I was like, all right, man, just,
check it up on you.
Whatever. Dude, I walk inside. I get behind the counter. I'm taking this customer's order, and she orders a sandwich, so I turn around to go put the sandwich in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear the door open, and this fucking guy start yelling. And he's like, I know why you fucking came outside. Don't you ever fucking talk to me again. If you fucking talk to me, I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you. I'll end your shit. Don't fucking talk to me again.
Damn.
Dude, I have a line to the door. And I just turn around. I'm like, I'm like staring him right in the eyes. He finishes his thing. He walks back outside. And I'm like, and calling the police.
Yeah.
So I was like, you guys got there, like, go fucking do your thing. So I was like, I went to the back, I just called the cops. I'm like, hey, dude, this guy just came in. He was being real aggressive. I just asked him if he was okay. And he told me he was going to fucking like kill me. Mm-hmm. So if you want to just send a squad car or 4,
yeah,
that'd be great.
SWAT, perhaps, if you've got them.
Yeah. And apparently I come to find out from that cop because he saw him like go like behind the thing, but he lost him, like behind the mall, but he lost him. And the cop came and he's like, yeah, we've gotten multiple reports about that guy. Like, don't talk to him ever again. If you see him, you call us immediately. He's ex-military. And he has PTSD, and I think he had like an abuse problem, like a substance abuse problem. Damn, poor guy, he's like, he's like, that guy is super unstable and like
super violent,
very mean. Yeah. And I was like, all right, so duly noted.
That sucks, bro.
It does. It's very sad.
Like to serve your country, and then that's how it ends up for you.
Yeah,
that fucking blows.
It's fucked. I've met my neighbor too. Like lost it. He went to Afghanistan, came back, and said that he was Jesus. Person. And he went like full schizo. Yeah.
Fuck.
He was Jesus and he needed to save the world and all this shit.
I mean, at least he was Jesus. He didn't come back as the devil. That would have sucked.
That would have sucked. No, but he said he had to fight the devil. So,
I mean, hey, somebody's got to.
Someone's got to do it. And if not Jesus, who fucking's gonna fight
who
the
else?
devil? So you know what?
Good for him.
Good for him. For
you know what? Good for him. Somebody needs to fight that fight. Go him. I'm rooting for him.
Oh, man. But so that's my lizard brain reacted.
Speaking of the devil, I know. Just hear me out on this. So guess where I went on Friday? No, not Friday. Thursday. July 4th.
Did you go to hell?
Well, it was hot as felt like it here in Miami. It was balmy 93 degrees.
Did you meet the daredevil?
No, but there was a girl dressed as a devil, and there was also people outside the convention center with a giant sign that says "Hell is real."
Don't tell me. Don't
Jesus
tell me.
saves.
Don't tell me. You were at
a place.
You were at the National Malanga Conference.
No, that's next week.
Oh, so close.
Check your
Supercon?
calendar next time. Yes, that one.
Oh my God, Supercon.
There you go. See, you just got your schedules crossed. Yeah.
How was SuperCon?
MalangaCon is next
Malanga-
week.
MalangaCon next week. CroquetaCon's the...
CroquetaCon's the big one.
There's
That's the one
Croquetapalooza a real thing.
there really is. Yeah, we went to SuperCon on July 4th because by some miracle I got that day off.
Fun fact, never been.
It's gotten better. We went.
I would not
I think
know.
we went 3 years ago in like 2016, and
You put up a TBT for it.
Yeah, and it was when we went. It wasn't like itty bitty, but it was like, guys, this isn't a convention.
You're like, oh.
This is 14 comic book stands, a game shop store, and some people dressed as Jedis.
No,
Like,
it's more than that.
when in 2016, it was not that big compared to
No,
now.
but it wasn't 14 fucking comic book stands.
No,
It was like a
obviously
whole- yeah.
I'm being pedantic and
Okay.
I'm exaggerating, but yeah, it was significantly smaller than this one was.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this one even had a stage for an energy drink company with like hula hoop dancers and people breakdancing on stage. So really horrible techno and reggaeton. It was
Fuck, man.
bad.
You know you made it when you got hula hoop dancers on
Yeah.
stage.
Well, not even hula hoop dancers. Well, there were hula hoop dancers, but there was also those it's like that long metal pole with a big ring at the end of it, and they'll climb up there and they'll kind of like just dance inside of that hoop.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen this before?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
VidCon shit.
So I was on the phone with my buddy Ro, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, "Yo, I gotta let you go. 2 blonde girls are about to die on stage." And he's like, "Why the fuck are you still on the phone with me?" And I was like, "I don't know, bye." And that was the end of it. They didn't die. Spoiler alert.
Damn it.
Yeah. But on the way
Why
in,
even go?
this was at the Miami Beach Convention Center, which, by the way, got a huge upgrade.
Did it
Like,
really?
Yeah. Do you remember the old convention center?
Yeah, I remember going to a few car shows in my day.
Right. Okay. So you remember the entrance when you walked in to the main entrance? Everything
Yeah.
was old school. Like everything was carpeted. The walls were beige.
Mm-hmm.
No more. Papa. This is a proper convention center
Get
now.
the fuck out,
Everything is
really?
glass, marble floors,
Damn.
glass and what's it called? Stainless steel staircases with wires. Everything is super modern. It looks really
I
pretty.
love it.
Yeah, tinted glass, the works.
That's dope.
They redid the sidewalk in front of it, so it's lined with palm trees and like cool architectural looking benches.
I feel
it's
like
really good looking.
you kind of need like to upgrade your space. You know, like to do that if you really want stuff like events to be big, because
Right.
it's so dependent on how nice the space is.
And it's the fucking Miami Beach Convention Center.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like,
that's the
why
biggest
not?
convention center in the city.
Yes. So they gave it tremendo facelift. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Air conditioning everywhere. It's really nice to be inside.
Delicious.
And the space is just massive. Like the convention center didn't even need to use all of this, or the convention didn't need to use all the space that the center had. I think they did sort of like a gigantic L shape,
Oh, okay.
and then left a big ass area open. But still, even with all the space they didn't use, that place was massive.
That's all. How was the
And-
turnout?
Well, we went on Thursday, which was day one. It was obviously it's a weekday, it's a holiday. There weren't that many people. Like it was busy, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that packed.
doing a convention on July 4th is never a great idea.
It's
for
okay.
ticket sales.
But we went mainly because we like to go, and it's just fun to walk around and people watch and stuff like that, and you get to nerd out a little bit. We also went to go support my brother-in-law and my sister. They have their stand there. They sell art.
Dope.
And just generally walk around, see if there was any impulse buys that we wanted to make, art for the house, comic books, video games.
Cool nerdy stuff too.
Exactly. Just, stuff that we like.
Look at the cosplay. How's the cosplay?
There was a lot of garbage.
Wow, really?
There's a lot of garbage, but there was occasionally some that were just really, really well done.
Oh, nice.
There were a couple of Jedis that were really well done. Like the robes didn't look like, like shitty, sort of like third
like a
rate.
bathrobe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like these looked like they were professionally made, professionally tailored to them. They had like the really nice, like professionally made lightsaber hilts.
Nice.
With the real boots and everything. There were some anime ones that I didn't recognize, but it was like girls in like tutus, and they had basically hollowed out old CRT TVs and covered them in stickers and put like little like
Would they have it on
like-
their head?
yeah, they wore them like a helmet. It was super cool looking.
Like
Do you remember?
Furikuri?
Thank you. I love you so much. My God. FLCL.
FLCL so good.
Yeah, it looked just like that.
I think they released like a second series for FLCL that I haven't
Saw
seen
it.
yet.
I just saw the first one.
And maybe their characters.
Back when they played it for the first time on
Adult
Toonami After
Swim?
Dark.
Toonami After Dark.
The first time they ever played it was Toonami After
Was
Dark.
it really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Adult Swim.
I mean, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that it was Toonami After Dark because Toonami After Dark used to play like Outlaw Star and
No,
Cowboy
dog, that's
Bebop and
Adult
all that
Swim.
shit. Are you sure?
I'm positive because that's where I watched all of that. That's where I watched Full Metal. That's where I watched Cowboy Bebop. That's where I watched. I mean, even not anime, like home movies. What were all the other ones? Fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Those are really good.
Boondocks.
Sorry for
God,
blowing into the
Inuyasha was
mic.
on there too.
Oh my god, I remember Inuyasha.
Inu.
Let me see.
Inuyasha. Kagome.
Toonami became Adult Swim.
Oh, is that
says
what it
here,
was?
Yeah, English Network original run July 7. Original run July. What the fuck?
In Japan, probably.
No, but it says 2018. Like,
Oh, that might be the second series.
oh yeah, no. Here we go. Let me see. Released April 26th of 2000 on Toonami. Yep.
Fuck.
It says Adult Swim in parentheses. Yeah. That's amazing.
Wait, so it was released in 2000? So I guess I probably saw it when I was like 10.
Yeah, we were 10. We're the same age.
Yeah,
We're 10
so it
years
was-
old.
So 2 years later, they
And
put
I'm
it
not
on
gonna
Adult
lie,
Swim.
like a little part of me had a bit of a like little tiny anime crush on the alien chick. What was her name?
Sabe?
Haru something?
Haruharu?
I have it open right now. Hold on, I'll just look.
Yeah, you
Also,
have all the
did you
character
say
names, right?
same as Same?
Same?
You said Same.
When you said the what? Wait.
That I had like a little bit of like a small boy crush on.
No, she was Bae.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, she was fucking... I love her character. Are you kidding me? She's just this super dope space pirate that doesn't give a fuck about anything.
so there was, I'd argue that between 2016 when we went last and now,
Mm-hmm.
it's way more organized. I think it was better laid out this time. They had a food court, which was dope.
That's awesome.
Super overpriced, but still delicious food.
How overpriced?
Like I paid $15 for a bowl of rice, yuca, chicken, and plantains.
Uh-huh.
It was and beans. It was delicious. Don't get me wrong, the food was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But dog, I don't know, $15. That's a lot, yo.
Yeah. I mean, that's
That's
like
a
a
lot.
convention price.
Exactly, but I get it. I get why they're doing it. But other than that, it was fun just walking around, talking shit with Mills, like people watching, looking at the different cosplays,
Yeah.
laughing at some, ooh-ahing at some others.
So I found the name.
Yes,
Haruko
there we go.
Haruhara.
Haruko.
Haruhara. And then
I loved her ridiculous mood swings when she would just get fucking upset and just beat the shit out of him with a guitar.
His name is Naota Nanaba. Or Nandaba.
And then the robot that came out of his head, the one with the TV screen for
What do they call him? Kanti.
That's right.
He's a service robot. But he's also like, he has like the fucking, what's this guy's name? The one they're
Harlock-
looking for.
Harlock the space pirate.
Yeah. Well, she's looking for him.
Yeah.
Because that's her love.
my god.
But yeah, so you were looking at some of the...
So we were looking at the
cosplays,
cosplay
Oohs and ahs.
yeah. And then
I there was like a Smash tournament there too.
I think there was
Probably. They always do some
also,
kind of thing.
strangely enough, which is really cool, they had a copy of the Cantina on Mos Eisley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Mosaic.
Yeah, it was dope. You know. Also,
Did you see any?
This would be the
any
time
peeps?
when I mentioned Mos Eisley, that's the perfect time to insert the Cantina song. Now she doesn't have to. I just did.
You heard him, Millie.
Yes.
Insert it anyway.
Insert it. Go back into the editing world and do it.
Huh. Insert it at double volume.
Blow their eardrums out.
I want the tempo at 0.5 speed.
Oh my god. Chopped and screwed.
I want it to increase by 0.25 speed every time you hear a trumpet.
Oh my lord. Please never edit our episodes.
No, it'll just be mayhem.
It's chaos.
I inserted
Absolute
elephant
bedlam.
noises in the first half.
But
What?
for the whole 30 minutes, it's elephant noises.
Yeah. Enjoy that. Speaker world.
I'd compliment you on that, but I'd also like to start writing your eulogy because Millie's going to kill you.
That's a good elephant though, right?
That was a great
I do
elephant.
good elephant.
That was awesome.
I do good elephant.
I can't do that.
I always, the Lion King show at Animal Kingdom?
Yes.
I always want to be sat in elephant, but I never can.
Why don't you just ask? I
never thought
promise
of
you, if next time you go,
I never thought of that.
I'm leaning
Not
in
gonna lie
to
to
tell
you.
you this, how serious I am about this. Next time you go, wherever they're going to sit you, irrelevant to who you're sitting with. I'll allow it. You have my permission to not sit next to Christy. Just tell them, be like, I need to be sat an elephant. And if they're like, why? Just be like, back away and listen to this and do the elephant noise. And you know the cast members are going to be like, yes, front row right now.
Not only do I need to be sat in that, I need to be sat in front row.
Yeah.
I need to be sat in front row.
Absolutely. So when they call on you, be like, are you the elephant? And then you do the noise and everyone's going to be like, yo, is that guy a plant? Like,
dude.
Does he work for Disney?
Like, watch here.
Hold on. Back away a little bit.
Just for me, start it out. Go, Asiwenya.
Is it Asiwenya? Is that how it goes?
Asiwenya.
Asiwenya?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do it from far away.
Yeah, do it like Asiwenya. Like make it stream.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try. All right.
Yeah.
This is really
terrible.
terrible.
I believe in you.
All right.
I believe you. Go.
1, 2, 3. Asiwenya. Yo.
Were you just transported to Africa?
I'm there, dog.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Is everything I see that the light touches mine?
Dude,
Except
everything you see, except
for the
part.
shadowy, that's highly.
Yeah, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Miami high five.
Yay.
But
yeah, the con was good.
Yes,
the con was great. I didn't.
Did you go to any panels or did you see any famous peeps?
No, I didn't. I'm not into that because I wouldn't know what to say to them.
Mitzi's niece met Killer Frost from Flash.
I don't watch the show, so.
But she did, so.
Keep talking.
You know?
I'm going to let Deuce out of the studio because he wants to leave.
Sweet Deucey. He was taking a nap just moments. He just wanted to sit in front of the door.
No, he's doing that because he's just like, all right, I'll sit here patiently until you let me out.
Oh, why are you such a good boy?
Go, buddy. Go. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Dad's
why are you such a good boy, Deucey Poosey?
He's great. I love
great.
him. We got to post more pictures of him on the podcast. I mean, on the IG.
Yeah. But yeah, so did you you didn't meet any famous peeps or go to any
again,
panels?
like I wouldn't know what to say to them. Be like, hey, thanks for doing that show thing.
Yeah, can I get an autograph?
I paid for. Like,
let me get an autograph.
I don't like autographs. You know that?
Why?
I don't know, because I'm like, for me, the autograph doesn't mean anything. I could literally scribble something on a piece of paper and just show somebody, be like, yo, look, I got this dude's autograph, and no one would know.
Well, I mean,
to me, the experience is richer than anything.
No,
like,
for sure the experience, but it's also a way to be like, yeah, that guy that I like certified this object,
I guess,
with his signature.
But I don't have anything like, I don't own anything.
It's like taking a comic book to fucking Mark Kirby and having him sign it.
I have one thing that I have signed by a famous person.
What is it?
I have a photo of, and literally none of you are gonna know who this is. I have a photo signed in person. I met him and hung out with him. I have a photo signed by Emerson Fittipaldi, who is a...
Oh my God, dude. Emerson, are you kidding me?
Who is Emerson Fittipaldi?
Dude, he's the Emerson Fittipaldi. You know what I mean? He is...
You are aware, by the way, that this microphone cable is long enough to strangle you twice.
Dude, that's such a fucking Fittipaldi answer.
I hate everything about you.
Who the fuck is Emerson Fittipaldi besides the person with the fucking most ridiculous last name?
Emerson Fittipaldi is
a
multiple world Formula One champion, who I got to meet thanks to my buddy Rob. He's a race car driver.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. You got to be clear.
He has won the world championship multiple times. I believe 3.
Emerson Fittipaldi. Where's he from?
I believe he's from Brazil.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. He goes by the name Emo. His friends.
So kawaii.
But he was a really, really good driver, and like, I mean, I say this as a Formula One fan and as just a general motorsports fan, that like, I wasn't even alive when he raced, but my dad used to watch him when my dad was younger, and he really, really, really enjoyed watching him race because this was back when there was basically 2 types of drivers. There was either people who drove the line, and they just stuck to their course, and there was other people that said, absolutely fuck that. I'm going whatever way I need to go to get to first place and to win. And that's the type of driver he was. He didn't give a shit about the racing line. He didn't give a shit about being polite to other people and being like, oh no, we're going into a turn, I'll give him some. No, fuck that.
He's a competitor.
Yeah, I'm touching, like, our cars are touching because I'm going ahead of you. You need to learn to either deal with that or fucking fight back and take it like a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if you're not going to fucking fight me for it, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Granted, he also raced in an era that was super dangerous. Like, that guy must have lost so many friends. It's incredible. Because cars were just unsafe back then. And so were tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't have I mean, not we, but they did not have the same safety standards that we have now in Formula One.
I mean, but that goes for like literally everything.
Well, yeah, because it's just the evolution of the sport.
Yeah,
But back
you
then-
realize like, oh, people are just
But
dying.
listen, to race when they raced, you were borderline a stunt man. Like, it wasn't even to say like you're a professional race car driver, you're a daredevil. But he did it and he survived and he walked away with multiple world championships under his belt.
That's fucking cool. I also feel like that line could be like a title, like a subtitle for like a movie about Formula One, like in a time where it was more daredevil than race driver.
Pretty much, but
You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of the drivers will tell you that. Like, if you watch their interviews, they'll tell you, like, I don't, like the current world champion right now, Lewis Hamilton. They asked him a few years ago, like, would you have liked to race in the 80s? And he's like, no, absolutely
Never.
not.
I would never want to do
Because
that.
that was a death sentence back then to race in the 80s. Are you kidding me? Like, you were racing in cars that had almost 2,000 horsepower and had literally slick tires, no grooves. And they're like,
no grooves
at all. They're like, oh, and by the way, you can use those in the rain if you want. Knock yourselves out. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, obviously more friction on the floor.
Oh my God, every breath is pain. So I got to meet him and spend some time with him at an event a few years back, and
Yeah.
I brought a photo that I had of him back in the like super late 70s, early 80s at Monaco, which he won, and it's a really nice photo, and he signed it and everything, and we talked about it and shit like that, and he got to relive the moment and tell me what the whole weekend was like, and it was incredible. Like, to meet a driver of that caliber, and to meet, like, that to me is more important than going to a fucking Comic-Con or any kind of like comic book convention. I mean, like, I met the voice actor for this one cartoon character,
But to some people,
that is their Emerson Fittipaldi.
Exactly.
I get it, and that's why I'm like,
I mean, look,
do you?
no one else can be Emerson Fittipaldi, literally, because it's the most unique name in the world.
Of course.
So no one could ever have
Right.
that name again.
And I know
because
that-
no one will ever be named Emerson Fittipaldi.
And I know that you're saying that partially joking, but the truth is that, like, it does have a certain like importance to it, because you can have cartoon characters where multiple different people have voiced them, because they can kind of get very close to the exact voice of the original. So you can have multiple voice actors for one character that you want to meet. But I can only ever meet Emerson Fittipaldi for the first time one time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can.
Well,
only
you
ever
can
have-
only ever meet anyone for
No,
the
but I'm
first time
saying,
one
like,
time.
I can only ever have that experience of meeting this person, like
For
that
the first time?
famous. Like, there's only gonna be that one time where I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to meet Emerson Fittipaldi, like,
Yeah.
or just anybody's hero, like people who get to meet their
Like the fucking next time you meet, you're gonna be like, "Hey, Emma,
I don't see why not.
it's me.
It's me, man. What's up?
Oh, yeah, do you remember the time I met you and you signed this thing for me?"
Yo, he might, dog. He might. You never know. Dreams can come true.
Dude, what
okay?
if he was like Eli?
Where
course
have
I
you,
remember
Where
you.
have you been? You haven't returned my phone calls,
Dude,
my emails.
I wanted to take you to the track.
But you never
You
responded.
never showed up.
Turns out he had the wrong number the whole time.
Oh my god. Or he's a paranoid schizophrenic.
Shit, Jesus Christ. It's got dark fast.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, there were supposed to be some members of The Office that were supposed to be there this weekend. I think it was Creed, Oscar, and, oh God, I forget her name. The redhead, the one that's an alcoholic. Remember who I'm talking about?
No.
Did you ever watch The Office?
3 episodes. But have you seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia 3 times all the way through?
I've seen 2 episodes.
There you go. See?
I don't remember what.
Here we go.
I've seen the episode with Dayman, and I've seen another one called Sweet Baby D something.
Oh, Sweet Baby D is a good one too. I think that's the one where they get addicted to crack. No, that's the one where they lie to her and make her think that she's actually a successful comic, but in actuality
Yes.
they just hired everyone
I think that was like the first season or something like
and
that.
drove
or
her into a
second.
rage.
Yeah, I've never seen the show though in its entirety. I hear
It's so
I hear
good.
it's good.
It's very good.
You know what show I can't like bring myself to watch for some reason? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've never seen it.
I love it. It's just like a feel good. Everything always works out.
It's SVU if
comedy.
everything worked out perfectly.
Oh God, no, it's not. There's no sex crimes. 0 sex crimes.
None. Negative.
No, everything's just like the chemistry on the show is great. I love the interactions between the characters.
You remind me a lot of Andy Samberg.
Thanks. I think kind of. Yes.
You have a lot of the same sense of humor, and I feel like you have a slight physical resemblance in your face to Andy Samberg.
Thank you. Hopefully not the nose.
No, definitely not. Your nose is proportional to your face.
Okay, good.
He has like a literal ICBM for a nose.
Yeah, no, you can see it from space.
Yeah.
Along with the Vegas Strip.
That too.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
if he's on the Vegas Strip,
that's it.
fucking put on your sunglasses. International Space Shuttle.
International Space Shuttle? You mean space station?
Space Station. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
I get it. It's fine.
I don't
That's
know
what
if you
your
know.
weird nitro coffee was
I don't
for.
know if you know. By the way,
What was
did
it that you were
nothing.
drinking?
Nitro cold brew.
And it did
So-
nothing to you?
No, I mean it did.
You
It got-
shit your
yeah, I'm
pants
here.
later.
I'm
That'll
here
be
right
dope.
now.
Yeah.
I'm here right now, not dying. You know, but
He says that the next thing you hear.
no, you see me like.
What the fuck was in it? Arsenic? Like,
start dying.
please don't.
I
like you too much.
I don't plan on it.
Please don't.
But yeah, maybe Andy Samberg a little bit. I guess kind of. Hot Rod was good.
Hot Rod was a good movie. So yeah, Supercon was good.
Oh, by the way, Nick Frost was there, so
He was. I
was
completely
sad.
forgot to tell you. Like, oh, by the way, Nick Frost is
I was
there.
very sad
Yeah.
that I didn't get to meet
The year that I
Nick
went,
Frost.
the first time in 2013, Henry Winkler was there.
The Fonz was
The
there.
Fonz was there, man. Yeah. Not covered in bees, thankfully.
Oh God.
Not covered in bees. For those of you who got the Little Nicky reference, I love you.
Little Nicky, good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
My favorite part has to be when Ozzy Osbourne shows up from the orb
Oh my God, so good.
and just being like, holy shit.
I just like finding out that they shove pineapples up Hitler's ass
In reverse.
in reverse.
Leaf first. And he wears the
and they
French
make him
maid.
pick out the pineapple.
And he
He
wears
picks
the
up the little one.
stupid French man. They're like, no.
Oh, come on, you know
It's
the-
Wednesday.
You know,
gotta get the
bitch. Man, I don't know conventions. I think
love
I think
to
I would
go-
like to go to one eventually.
I'd love to go to a convention with you because they're actually really fun to just walk around and nerd out. Speaking of
for
nerding out,
sure.
I didn't get to meet him, but I did see him and I was told a little bit about his story. I got to meet, not meet, but
You
saw
got to
him.
see from across the land.
No, he walked he was like 3 or 4 feet from me. This very like old, slight man in a Hawaiian t-shirt that I later found out was the creator of Lobo and Rocket Raccoon. Yep.
Two dope space mercenaries.
Yep. His name, I will pull it up for you right now because I was trying to get the spelling correct earlier. Let me see if I still have it up here. It's around here somewhere, ladies and gents.
Keith, right, I
Keith.
Keith Giffen.
I think it's Giffen. I'm pronouncing it correct.
Yeah. It's not Jiffin.
It's not Jiffen. Some of you who are comic book nerds would know him as basically being super famous for his work on the Legion of Superheroes and the Justice League.
The comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been so many Justice League things.
So, however, I did want to take this time to talk about, because it's relevant to the SuperCon and to our next episode.
Nice.
So I told you I was there supporting my brother-in-law and my sister, right? So my brother-in-law, Peter, does art. He's also his day-to-day job is an art teacher. He teaches at a private school here in Miami.
This I know. I mean, tell the
Yeah.
audience, but this I know.
Right.
Yeah.
And his art style, it's not rare or different or anything like that, but it's not something you encounter a lot. It's not the traditional like sketching and painting.
Some would say it's unique.
A little bit, I guess. There's other people that do it, and they were at the convention. So he does something called lino cut or linoleum cut. So basically, he'll get a block of linoleum. It kind of looks like a big rubber sheet.
Yeah.
And he will carve art into it, and then he'll paint it, cover it with ink, and then he'll transfer it onto paper.
Oh, like a big stamp.
Yes, it's basically a gigantic. He's carving his own giant stamps.
That's fucking awesome.
But it's very interesting because sometimes the art is, it's bidirectional. So like it'll be facing one way. So he's carving it essentially backwards.
Yeah.
With the intent that when he flips it over, it'll give him the image that he wants, which to me is bonkers that his brain works that way.
Dude, also the fact that you know what spots you want to be like to have contact with the paper and ink and negative space.
Yeah.
To have negatives, to have the contrast on the bed. It's nuts.
That shit is mind blowing, son.
It's hard enough to fucking sculpt something, but backwards.
Yo, I have trouble writing my fucking name sometimes. Like, the fuck out of here. Like,
sometimes I forget how to piss. What the fuck, dude? Why are people so talented?
1, 2, potato, and this guy's over here fucking producing artwork.
Yeah.
But he had his little booth there, and it was dope. He had like a corner section. He wasn't boxed in by anybody or anything like that. And he had a bunch of cool shit there, and people were stopping by just constantly, like, oh my God, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? How much does this cost? How much is that? And it's cool because he'll do a print, and he'll print it on multiple sheets of paper, and the paper is like a special type. It almost kind of feels like linen almost.
Oh, okay, cool.
But they're like, some of them are like standard, like that kind of like almost like a papyrusy yellow beige.
Yeah.
Some of them are bright orange, some of them are kind of green, some of them are blue, and he'll do the same print in multiple colors. But it's just like, I've seen firsthand like the amount of work and time that goes into just one of these lino cuts, and he has tons of them. And he does everything. He's
That's all he does,
Godzilla,
yeah.
he does Marvel, DC, anime, you name it, he's probably done it.
Yeah.
But I've been speaking to him even before SuperCon, and we got a chance to talk at SuperCon.
Mhm.
We had like a 2-hour like talk while the girls were walking around and like buying donuts and buying, stickers and pins and all this bullshit. And I was able to get his blessing on having him for the next episode. We're going to do an interview, which is going to be super awesome.
It's gonna
I'm
be very
really
awesome.
excited to have him on here. He's, again, super talented artist. Is very well educated, very well spoken. So it's going to be dope. And he's got a great sense of humor too. And he's into all the same nerdy shit that we're into. So I think it's going to do well. Like, I think it's going to flow really well.
I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet him and talk to him. And
I already have questions.
Pick his brain.
Yeah, like I already have some questions that I want to ask him and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm sure he has a ton of stuff he wants to talk about. But we have that set up. I believe based on the schedule, we are looking to drop the episode for you guys. I will tell you right now because I just had it on my phone. That episode would be dropping the 30th.
Yeah.
So just so you know, for those of you playing along at home and doing the math, we're going to be dark for a week.
Yeah, so in order to get this interview done because of the timing with SuperCon, and he's also going. You said to
He's going
Japan?
to he's going to Comic-Con.
Oh, he's going to Comic-Con in San Diego.
Yeah, so in a little bit he's going to be living in a week or so. He's leaving to next week. I think he's leaving to Cali. He's going to be there for like 4 or 5 days, and then coming back, and then
and then we have to grab him,
and we have to grab him within 6 days because then he's
Yeah.
leaving to Japan for 2 weeks.
because great life.
Because he's a fucking baller. And that's it. So we're gonna try to grab him before then. Drop the episode on the 30th.
We're not going to try.
No, we're gonna do it.
Oh, we're going to, even if we have to kidnap him in an unmarked van,
Black bag that son of a bitch.
we're taking him.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be dark for a week. So we're gonna miss an episode.
But
That's because we're prepping for this one. I'm also
and
little bit
the
of literal
perfection needs cooking.
little bit
You know?
little bit of literal house cleaning. Just so y'all know.
Keeping.
Because I'm gonna what I said, house cleaning or housekeeping?
Cleaning.
Yeah, shit, housekeeping. You're
Yeah.
right.
Don't worry, we're both tired.
It's a long day. I worked today. It was a day.
We got to a street brawl with Garden.
It was weird. More snapping. I'm building the new desk, by the way. I already went to IKEA. I bought the desk.
Yes,
I bought
you
the
were telling
legs.
me. New desk. I'm
so
very excited about the new desk.
I think Tuesday and Wednesday I have off.
Mhm.
So I'm building the desk. I'm gonna attempt to start building it. So we'll have that set up for the interview. So we'll have a new studio space within our current studio.
But yeah, this is also why it's going to take a little longer. We have some things to set up. His timing,
You're moving.
my moving. So even though we're dark for a week, don't worry. We'll be back
Yeah, we
with
will.
way cool content.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
dope. So
It's going to be good, and good things take time.
They do. Absolutely. So 2 things. First off, I want to give a shout out to my sister, my big sister, Gabby. She was nice enough.
Shout out to Gabby. Sorry, my voice got all weird at the end there.
It's all right.
It's all the phlegm in my throat.
She was a wonderful big sister. She donated her old iPad to us. It came with a case, and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not cracked. It's not broken.
Yeah.
It's updated, everything. And we're actually using that now as part of our gear for the podcast.
Mhm.
That's how we're actually displaying like our show notes now when we're doing the podcast and we're recording. So
Which
we have
is-
references
which is
now.
very nice to have.
Yeah, it's great. So big shout out to my big sis.
Thank you so much.
I love you, Smelly. Thank you so much for all the help.
I'm not going to say that, but thank you.
You don't get to call her Smelly. Also, she is not without a talent of her own. She's also very, very good at crocheting. And
Okay,
she's getting
cool.
into, what's that thing? Cross stitching, where they have that like stretched piece of fabric. And then they like, is that needlepoint or is that cross?
I think it's needle. Is it the one where like it's the
it's
like
stretched piece of fabric with
over
the little
wood
black-
over a wood ring, and then you
yes.
go in?
And then they do art on
Yeah,
it.
I think that's needlepoint.
I'm not entirely smart enough or
think
creative
that's
enough to know what
needlepoint.
that's called. But if you want to see some of her stuff, you can find her on Instagram at DBL, that's Delta Bravo Lima, dot treble, TREBLE, that's double treble for those of you playing along. She makes really cool stuff.
Yeah. And she'll also give you an iPad if you ask. So,
Exactly.
don't hesitate.
She's really generous. What
Yeah,
can I say?
Just ask her.
Just DM her, be like, hey, can I get one of those iPads you're giving out?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Just tell her you're starting a podcast.
Exactly.
She'll totally help you out.
Pretty
Thanks,
much.
Gabby. You're so good.
Also, the final one for our latest Patreon subscriber, our patron. See, I got it right this time.
You did it.
Yeah.
Our patron.
Exactly. Our patron coming out of Orlando, our boy X was finally able to he was able to give us the Would You Rather. So this is part of
man. Yeah. I told you not to tell me.
Yeah. So
I like not knowing him, but I feel bad that you know them.
I only read it. I didn't think about it. I just saw like the Telegram message that he sent me.
I love you so much.
Why?
I love you. Just that sentence.
Well, I saw it. I didn't
Just
read
like
it.
I read it, but I didn't think about it.
I didn't. I just like there's
I
words
read
there.
it. Gone.
Yeah, I was at work. I saw the Telegram message. I was like, yada, yada, yada. Oh, what was that? You need something in plumbing? Got it. And turned off my phone.
It was a great sentence.
Are you ready for this shit?
I am ready for this shit.
Here we go.
I might not be ready for this shit.
You probably won't be because it's deep. Get ready.
How deep are we going?
Oh, this is hard. Would you rather go back and relive your entire life and all of your experiences with the chance to do them over at half the original life expectancy?
Oh, what a caveat. Okay.
Or come back reincarnated with your new life, but passing on only after everyone you love has passed on before you?
I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. The second one is I can come back.
You'll die. You'll get reincarnated
with my knowledge.
But passing on
but
only
everyone
after
else
everyone else
die.
that you love has passed on already. So you're the last one left. You're the Highlander.
And then I get reincarnated.
Yeah. And we start the show all over again. Or
I would definitely take number 2. My knee jerk is number 2. I would be reincarnated and all. Yeah, that's fine. Everyone can die. That's fine. Because do I know I'm getting reincarnated? I guess I would, right?
I don't know.
Also, if I'm reincarnated, I'm not coming back with they're not coming back with me. So
I guess.
It's just me anyway.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't know you're being reincarnated.
Sad. But man, option 2 is really sad because it's like you have to watch everyone die, then you die, and then it's like, JK, come on back for round 2.
I guess, but is it really that sad though? That you get to be there for, like, you get to comfort all of your loved ones in their last moments?
Oh no, yeah, that would be nice. But also at the same time, you have to watch them all go.
You do, but
also when does it
this
end?
This goes back to what we talked about in the last episode about losing a pet. You know, like, yeah, it's sad, but like that quote says, how beautiful to have something that makes it so hard to say goodbye.
No,
you know
yeah,
what
for
I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
I mean, there's beauty in the pain.
Sure,
but it's still painful, and also like.
But life is misery, according to the Buddhists.
I mean, yeah, and I think that life is misery. Life is pain. Like, it is. Life is painful, and we're just trying.
You have to learn to get over it.
And we're trying to we also try to numb the pain constantly, right?
I think. Well, I wouldn't say numb. I'd argue that we try to find a way to
ignore it.
No, to use it, to turn it around.
No, I think there's so many people that fucking try to run away from their pain.
No, I'm saying there are plenty of people, but I'm saying like, I feel like that's the idea behind, Buddhism, which we're not going to get into that because that's a whole nother episode. But like, just like understand that there's pain and there's misery, but do something with it. Like learn from it. It's a learning experience.
That's what you take from Buddhism?
Yeah.
I take from Buddhism that the only way you can find enlightenment is through letting go of any kind of connection you have with the material world in any way, shape, or form. So that way your mind and body can move on to nirvana.
For me, it's more just understanding that life is a uncertain, complicated mess filled with misery and pain and loneliness and sadness, but also punctuated by moments of warmth and love and beauty. And you take a little bit from each one and you learn as much as you can. And that way when you die, if the hope is to be reincarnated, you learn something so you come back better.
Might be. You're spitting Jesus verses right now. That's so Christianity.
But maybe JC had it right, dog.
I totally think JC did have it right.
Just don't be a dick to everybody. Be good.
For sure. And also people are going to be dicks to you, but hey, try to mitigate that shit.
You know what? For Easter, we should do an Easter religion episode.
Oh, wow.
Next Easter. That'd be fucking
going
dope.
to be blasphemous.
We can talk about the devil if you want on Halloween, but our Halloween episode.
I just don't take religion.
Our Halloween episode is going to be amazing.
What are we going to do for Halloween?
Do you remember
Are
the
we going to
episode?
take acid and go to a haunted house?
No. Do you remember the episode where you mentioned this creepy bitch in the picture?
Oh,
Yeah, imagine 2 hours of that.
2 hours of that?
Yeah.
What
Not
are we
her,
going to
though.
do?
We're going to talk about the creepiest shit ever.
Okay,
You want to know
let's
what we're
go.
going to do? I'm going to tell you right now what we're going to do because we're going to make this commitment right now to our listeners. For the Halloween episode, we're going to dedicate a 2-hour episode to talking about the creepy mysteries of Miami.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I want people to know that just because we're a young city doesn't mean that creepy, scary shit doesn't go down here.
Creepy shit. Dude, go to downtown at fucking 1 in the morning. Creepy shit goes down all the time in downtown at 1 in the
Be
morning.
there right now and creepy shit's going down.
Dog, you'll be scarred for life. You want some nightmares? I'll show you some fucking nightmares.
They're right on First Ave.
Northeast 2nd? Go Northeast
Ooh.
2nd, bitch.
God damn.
Oh my god, you'll see a hobo blow a dog for a fucking rock, dude.
So you're gonna go with the second one then on his Would You Rather?
I think,
be
yeah, because the
reincarnated.
first one, I like the mistakes I've made. I think my mistakes have shaped me in the way I like. The first one intrigued me because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I just kind of want to see what would happen. But I also would,
But you know you're cutting your life expectancy in half.
and I'm also getting a different life. Like, what if I, I make different choices and then it's like, oh man, I did it right the first time. I fucked it up
this
the
was
second
terrible.
time.
Well, at least you won't have to live with it as long.
I guess, yeah. Oh, so sad.
I know.
But yeah, I think option 2. I think I would.
Yeah, I
like
definitely go with option 2.
I think option 2.
100%.
Yeah, cutting my life that's a big.
That's
a big
fucking-
one.
Yeah, damn it, dude. Took my legs right off from under me.
I
on
know.
that one.
I may be like, oh, but it shaves off 10 years or something, or it shaves off an unknown amount of time. Then there's like the ambiguity of like, okay, but it could be like a year, it could be half my life, it could be,
You're not wrong.
Now it's more of a gamble.
But I'd still go with the second one.
Oh, for sure, because that's for sure.
I also get to enjoy my loved
For sure,
ones.
because that's for sure. God, I'm so good at English.
And the words.
And the words.
I think
I'm so
this
good
is-
at constructing the thoughts.
I'm not going to lie. I think this might be our longest episode ever.
Is it ever?
We're at an hour and 28 minutes.
God, we really went long, huh?
Yeah, we did.
I love it. It's been a while though, and I didn't get to see you.
I know.
I didn't even talk about what's happening in acting. I'll tell you off air though.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw it in at the end. It's
Well,
weird.
I will tell you really quick that meeting that we had where we kind of narrowed down what I'm going to do at the end of September for the stand-up.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do that bit.
Oh, okay. So, dude, I
Yeah.
told you. I listened to it and I watched you like perform it for us, and I was like, "That's good." It felt natural.
Yeah,
It's a story
that's
you really
stand-up.
like. It's good. And that's the trick, right? Is that like stand-up is very planned and choreographed, and
Do you think
like,
I should polish it?
yeah, I mean, you definitely have to trim the fat, but I mean, don't polish it too much. We'll go up there and see how it does. Just tell the story
Mm-hmm.
and make sure the story is 3 minutes.
I'll have to time it with you guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to perform it in front of you guys, but having everybody take notes and be like, hey, this is good. You don't need to mention that. You're mentioning this too many times. Tone this down. Live that up a little bit.
We can do technical.
I want stuff like that.
We can do technical, but know
Because
that
there's also stuff I'm not seeing.
yeah, for sure. But know that from listening to a ton of Joe Rogan podcasts with a ton of comedians on it, and also now branching off and listening to like Dalia's podcast and fucking Andrew Santino's podcast and like all these comedians, so much of what they do on stage is also like reading the room and knowing how to work the room.
And adjust on the fly.
Basically, no, and you're controlling the room. You're
Yeah.
manipulating the room. You're in charge, right?
Mhm.
You're orchestrating all of this. And you're doing it with your material and your jokes, and you're funny. So I think there's only so much you can polish it. It's also about how you deliver it. It's about your timing, and
Yeah.
like that you find out there. You find out when you go up and you go, okay, this section was a little slow. I felt like people were kind of tuning out here, so maybe I'll shorten this up or skip it entirely, and maybe it'll keep the pacing of the joke better. That stuff you find out people laughing or not. But I think when it comes to that story,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucking perfect.
All
It's
right.
super relatable. You perform it really well. I love the way you did it.
The horns were funny.
It was, and like the fucking the miming of it, it was great, dude. And if you have that same energy and you get up on stage with the feeling of like I'm about to talk to my friends, and give that energy to it, like you're up there and you're just like
It's gonna help that you
I'm
motherfuckers
telling
are
my
gonna
friend-
be in the,
Oh, for
in,
sure,
in the
yeah.
crowd, so that's gonna help because I'm
You
gonna be
can
looking
make-
at you guys.
you can make direct eye
I
contact. I
won't
can
look
be your
at anyone
lifeline.
else. Please do. Yeah, just look at me and be like, you're sucking right now.
I'll be your lifesaver in the middle of the ocean.
I want you in the back with signs that say you suck and then just flip around and be like, much better. Keep improving.
I definitely want to make a sign. I
Or
don't
you
know
can
what
do
it's
that
gonna
thing
say,
that
though.
Kevin Hart did he was talking about that time that he was talking to Patrice O'Neal. And he was doing stand-up and Patrice O'Neal just threw a fucking phone book at him. There's better material in that. Yo, Patrice O'Neal was a
Oh
fucking.
my
That guy was a
God,
legend.
dude. That guy is a legend. He'll always be a legend.
Yeah.
Sorely missed.
Really nice.
But I'm excited for your set, and I think it's a good bit.
I'm a little scared, but I'm also getting strangely comfortable with the idea of doing it.
You would.
I
be-
say that until the night that I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be like, "Where's your nearest bathroom?"
Yeah, it's like also going through a scenario where like, all right, so if someone fucking breaks my house, I'll do this, then I'll grab over here, and then I'll run over here, and then it's like,
I'm gonna take so many
and then
Tums.
someone breaks in, and you're like, fuck, ah! You just fucking throw the phone at the wall, and then you fucking grab your dog and use it as a shield. You don't know what's going on. You're putting your shoes on your fucking hands.
I think at that point, if a burglar saw that, they'd be like, "You know what? Wrong house.
Oh my God.
I meant to rob your neighbors."
Oh no, he's handicapped. We gotta go.
That's why I want to get a doormat that just says my neighbors have better stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, he gets the point across. So, all of that being said, shoppers, if you could, very kindly, please take all your purchases to the front of the store. The store will now be closing,
You don't have to go home.
but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
This has been your host, Eli.
And your host, James.
I love you all. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on the 30th.
Oh, also,
Yes.